Today, we're talking about a scope. Not just any scope. The Hunters 1-6x24 FirstFocalPlane, as some like to call it, fixed focal plane. And today we're talking to a 3/8 inch Ratchet. One of my favorite Ratchets, actually. It's got a little... No. My camera person's talking. Don't listen to him. So anyways, I put the firearm, or the pew-pew device, as we like to say here on the YouTubes, into camera person's arms and hands and let him shoot it. Mainly to talk about the scope. So what we're going to do here today is hand him the Ratchet and let him talk about the scope. We're going to keep him off camera though, because I don't want anybody getting jealous of him. He's my camera person. You can't have him. So it's simple. Here we go.
All right, 3/8 inch Ratchet. All right, so we shot today the Hunters FirstFocalPlane 1-6x24. First impression, the clarity is very nice. We were shooting at short distance, but at the short distance, even with the sun glaring into it a little bit when I was shooting, the clarity was very, very good. I would put it on par with a lot of other manufacturers at higher price points than what this is going to be at. So really nice benefit it has, other than just looking at clarity and the reticle. It does come with the mount as well in the box, which is really sweet. A lot of manufacturers are doing that now, just bundling it all together. That way you have something that's meant to be paired with the optic at the same time. So otherwise, the reticle is very simple and clear. It's got this traditional LPVO style reticle. So it has that arc in there.
Christmas tree.
Yeah, a little bit of a Christmas tree with some drop dots inside of there with some windage and elevation dots to quickly reference for your platform. So I would say the reticle etching looks pretty crisp and clear as well. The glass is pretty clear. At short distance, I mean, it held zero, everything else. We didn't dial it or anything, but that's something we could play with as well to see if it retains zero. But first impression, I mean, the build quality of it seems pretty solid. A little bit heavier on weight just because, I mean, that's where the higher price tag stuff comes in, though, is you usually lose a little bit of weight whenever you get the higher price tag stuff. But if you need an optic and you need one for your rifle that holds zero, this is a great option. Yeah, that's super affordable at the price point that it'll come in. So I highly recommend it against some of the other competitors as well. Something I noticed with a lot of other competitors, a lot of people say, is that once you start zooming in on the range, on the magnification, they start to turn into like looking through a straw. And I don't think I noticed that with this one, to be honest. The light clarity came through just fine the whole time we were magnifying. So yeah, I think it's great. And being a first focal plane, I'm a huge fan of first focal plane scopes. I think they're really a good purchase to be able to use for ranging and any kinds of aspects in that sense. And be able to see your reticle a little more clearly at magnification. It's a huge point. So first focal plane scope coming at the price range this thing's going to be at is going to be absolutely absurd. And I almost will say it might even just break the market a little bit for people that are looking for a budget scope. Yeah, I know, right? It's wow. So, but yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know the fine details of it, if these will be offered in MRAD and MOA or if they're just going to be MOA. But as of now, my first impression with it, it is a pretty solid little piece of equipment for the price point that it'll be at. Evan, here you are.
Hello, Ratchet. Yeah, as camera person said, the features of the scope definitely outweigh the cost. Now, we've only ran, I mean, I've put maybe 300 rounds on the rifle so far since I put the scope on there. So it's very, new in terms of putting it on this rifle. But I think, down the line when we're a few more hundred rounds in, I'm not going to be putting thousands of rounds on this rifle just to review a budget-friendly scope. But I think time will tell, and that's certainly something that I can chime in on in a couple years from now to see if she's still holding up. With the amount of optics and rifles that I try and run and do reviews on, I probably won't put too much more on this, and I'm certainly happy to lend it to friends, take it off of rifles, putting on new rifles, zeroing and dialing in on further objects, or further targets, I should say, and really testing it. I think it's a great little, fun project to try out. There are so many options on the market for LPVOs right now, right? You've got the big names in the big box stores, and those are coming in at great price points. This one, you're going to be able to find online, probably Amazon. But that's not such a bad thing. A lot of the time, you just need something to build out. What I typically recommend doing is don't spend all of your money on one item. Spend more on ammo so that you can actually get out there and shoot and train with it, zero it, have fun with it. Dropping thousands of dollars on a single scope is awesome, especially if you're like hunting, or you're doing PRS or a lot of target practice in terms of like long range target. But if you're just getting out there to train and you need an LPVO, the Hunters 1-6x24 is a great option. They also have a second focal plane and then a larger objective lens. So there are some options out there. Appreciate you guys coming to my Ratchet talk. And if you got any questions on the Optic or this setup that I've got here today, please feel free to drop a comment. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, because if you don't, you're lame and you don't like ratchets. So we'll catch you later.